Hi everybody, this is Roxy, and long time no see. I subscribe to this Cards magazine, and I get a couple of the other ones too, but I really like them. They have some really good designers, and if nothing else, you can get some nice sketches, of cards to make. So I've decided, oh no, I just lost my place. Oh, great. Oh, there it is. I decided that once a week, I'm going to take a favorite card I like and reproduce it in my way. So this is, I hope there's not too much glare. So this is the card I started out with, and it's 4 3/4 square, which are expensive to mail, by the way, square cards. But, it just has a cute little banner, but I like how the piecework is on here. So I did some Valentine's cards and came up with, I just used stash paper. I went through I've got a rack of 12 by 12 paper. I went through it and got rid of, I'll bet, half of it. And I went through all my paper pads, and I'm ashamed to say I have about 3 feet of, I think I have a 1.5 foot of Cosmo Cricut and at least a foot of Graphic 45. So I am going to start sell it. I'm going to sell it on Craig's, some of it. So anyways, this is the card I came up with, and I did the banner. I used the new Ginny Bolin banner punch. It's cute. And then I just, I have a little heart punch that I use. And again, this is paper that, I think this is Old Can Company, Old World. Oh, this is from, I got this, I wasn't going to buy any paper this year. And then a few weeks ago, I went to Joann's just to get some supplies. And I saw this, and so I bought this. I thought, well, it's just a little paper stack. Well, that broke the ice, and by Sunday night, I was online, buying more Cosmo Cricut. So anyways, some of this is from here. Isn't it cute? It's really cute paper. And I'm sure it's not new. Oh, and then I was practicing my new Ginny Bolin house border punch. Isn't that cute? So anyways, that's what I did, and I used some old vintage buttons. Maybe I'll move this so it's not so distracting. I used vintage buttons and some, this is Martha Stewart twine from last year. So, and then I spellbindered a couple scallop and then just typed stamp Be Mine on there. And then these are just some making memory. It's from their Valentine brad things, but they're just like odd little brads. So anyways, those are my cards. I made 3 of them. And then I really liked the design, so I thought I elongated it, and I made some 4 1/4 by 5.5 cards. And again, this is from Paper Stash October Afternoon. I don't know what that is, but I literally just grabbed stash stuff. Just odds and ends. So that's just a little enjoy card. And this is ribbon from Godiva Chocolate. I love this ribbon they use. So that's that one. And then this is, I think, Life's Journey. And I think this is from, what is it? NJ Garden Girl gave me a bunch. It's the last year's Can Company gorgeous paper. Anyways, it had Sweet Life on it, and this was just a strip that I had cut off from another project, so I kept it because I like that. So I just used that, and then some vintage lace I found at a antique flea market last week. And then I made a little weird flower with the back of this paper, and then just put a little rhinestone bling on there. And this is what's her name? Melissa Francis. That's Melissa Francis paper from her kitcheny stuff. This is from I think that's October afternoon. Anyways, and here's the little house punch. It's this one. It's a Fiskars Ginny Bullen. And then 2 vintage buttons, some Stella Rose ribbon, and there's that. And then I did a Halfway Cafe from Cosmo Cricket. And this is an old velvet flower I had. And then these bottle caps, I don't remember where I got the bottle caps, but they have little kids on them in epoxy. I wish I knew, but it's so easy to do. All you have to do is, if you have some plain bottle caps, cut out little vintage pictures. Maybe I did that. Huh. I wonder if I did. Maybe. Anyways, and then put glossy accents on the top. So then I just used, some of the stamps are from Inka Dinka Doo, and these were super fun and fast. So look at, I've got 7 cards, and it probably took me, once you get the measurements down, you just bang them out. So I suppose it took me 2 hours to do all these. I just did these in about an hour, and I think these took longer just because of the putsy. I need a small little child to make my bows. If anybody's got one they can spare, because these are so hard. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I am going to try to do this once a week. Pick a card out of here and either make what it is, as close to it as possible, like I did with this, or just use the sketch or whatever. So it should be fun if you want to play along. I don't know how I would have you play along, but and I did some footage making this, but my friend was here and we were talking so much that the footage is like of the card sitting there, and then 10 minutes later there's a piece of paper on it, and then 20 minutes later there's a circle, and so I'm not even going to put it up. But when I do this, I will film making some of it, because I know I love to watch that because you get to see the process. So anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.